What's up YouTube, it's your boy Nash here. Welcome back to the channel. Now before we get started with today's video, the road to 200 subs has now come to a close and we're now on the road to 500 subs. Who knows, maybe we might hit 500 subs by the end of next month, which ironically enough is basically the end of the year. Only time will tell. But as I have said in previous videos, if this channel does get to 500 subs, I will open up this Korean LOB booster box in its entirety on the channel that I got from my partners at Collector Store. So be sure to check them out. Link and address will be in the description below. By checking them out, not only does it support them, it also supports the channel, and I would greatly appreciate it. On the hopes to potentially pull a Blue Eyes White Dragon, a Dark Magician, a Red Eyes Black Dragon, a Piece of Exodia, Monster Reborn, Pot of Greed. The possibilities are out there. However, if this channel gets to 1,000 subs, I will open up this first edition Toon Chaos box in its entirety on the channel that I also got from my partners at Collector Store, on the hopes to potentially pull a collector's rare out of this set. Much like what I did with Genesis Impact, because if you guys remember that opening, I pulled this. A collector's rare beat cop from the Underworld. This thing looks absolutely beautiful. The centering on the back is a bit off from top to bottom, but honestly, it really doesn't make much of a damn, because I am going to be getting this graded. Just never really came up with a good opportunity to do so. But with that being said, if you guys want to see those boxes get opened, maybe you guys want more episodes of WWE's Biggest Issue. Maybe you guys want more episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh's Biggest Issue, deck profiles, card discussions, WWE topic videos, or maybe, just maybe, you guys want some premium live event predictions and results. Well, if you guys want all of that and more, my channel is the place to be. So if you guys are new to the channel, and I know that a lot of you guys are, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, smash that thumbs up button on this video. And as always, make sure you guys are following me on all of my social media. My ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And I want you guys to post in the comments below answering the question of the day, which ties with today's video, which is this. Who do you think should be CM Punk's first challenger back in WWE after 10 years? Let me know down in the comments below. And for today's video, I'm going to be talking about how exactly CM Punk should be booked in WWE. Now, as we have just discussed, it's been well over a decade since we last saw CM Punk in WWE. The last time was, I believe, Royal Rumble 2014. And if I remember correctly, I believe it was in Pittsburgh. Yeah. Yep. The Console Energy Center in Pittsburgh, and I believe it was the next night. I believe it was the next night on Raw. It was in Raw was in Chicago, and everybody was like had heard the news that CM Punk had left WWE. And we fast forward to now, and look what's happened since then. Look at what's happened since then. John Cena became a record-tying 16-time world champion. Samoa Joe became the only 3-time NXT champion ever in history. Adam Cole, baby, was the longest reigning NXT champion of all time. Seth freaking Rollins is the world heavyweight champion, and Roman Reigns is still, after over 1,200 days, is still the undisputed Universal Champion. Main event Jey Uso is on Raw. Think about all that. Think about that. All of that and more have taken place in the last 10 years. Yes, it's true that CM Punk did go to another promotion and went on to become their world champion. But even he knew WWE was always his home. And now the question is, how should he be booked in WWE? Now, obviously there are so many ways that there are like so many different directions that WWE could take as in terms of making CM Punk the next like megastar, I guess if you will, in WWE. So I did a little bit of research, sort of, and I thought about it, and it dawned on me that there are two ways that CM Punk could be booked on how two ways on how CM Punk should be booked in WWE. CM Punk can either start fresh and start from the ground up, or just go straight into the main event. Now, as far as starting from the ground up, there is a long process, but the process could obviously be well worth the wait. So if you're a guy like CM Punk and you wanted to start from the ground up, obviously the one thing that you want to do first and foremost is start with a few promos and make a couple of commentary appearances, like a couple of appearances on commentary. Now, the reason why I bring that up is because if you're in WWE and you know that you want to be the next big thing, you want to be the next Brock Lesnar or the next like John Cena, you know, as the big shot in WWE, you got to start with a few promos in the ring, promos backstage, maybe even do a couple of commentary appearances, get a feel for the competition, whether you wanted to watch a one-on-one match, a tag match, a six-man tag, a street fight, hell in a cell, whatever. That's something that right there is is a really good start. And then obviously after you've had your promos and whatnot, have a few mid-card not title matches. Have a few mid-card matches. Go up against some of the more mid-card superstars that are currently in WWE, whether they're from Raw, from SmackDown, or from NXT, and the list of them are superstars. The likes of Chad Gable. There's Nathan Fraser. There's Santos Escobar. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of really good superstars that are now like in the mid card. That they're like mid carders, if you will. And then obviously the old adage: you win a few, you lose a couple. That's just how it works. That's just how it works in WWE. And then obviously you want to try and start a mid-card rivalry. Try and get an even more feel for the competition. Start a rivalry with someone the likes of like Baron Corbin, who's in NXT, maybe even Jinder Mahal, or perhaps even also The Miz, whoever. You win that rivalry, 2 falls to none, 2 falls to 1, whatever, and then by that point you would be able to compete in a number 1 contenders match where you would be able to challenge for a mid-card title, which obviously it could be the Intercontinental title, or it could be the United States title. Whoa, sorry guys, camera moved. Or you could even also challenge for the NXT North American title, which is currently held by Dominic Mysterio, and then you would go on to win that title, but only to lose it after a few months, all because of the Big Shot, which is the world champion. Logically speaking, that's probably the right thing to do, because right now Seth freaking Rollins is the world heavyweight champion, and there was some footage, there was like a video posted on social media from one of the fans. I don't remember who it was. I don't. It could have been Brock Lesnar guy. It could have been anybody. Shoutouts to him, obviously. But someone had posted on social media a video of Seth freaking Rollins just pissed off about the fact that CM Punk is back in WWE. Rhea Ripley got pissed off. Dominic Mysterio got pissed off. Pretty much everybody got pissed off, except for a few. Cody Rhodes was like, all right, let's do it. Let's see what you got. Randy Orton was like, hi there. Just having fun. Just having fun, making jokes. That's Randy Orton for you. So that theory, logically speaking, let's say for example CM Punk does become NXT North American champion. Let's say that, and he's been champion for about 5, 6, maybe 7 months, maybe 7 months at the most. He defends the title against, I'll say Joe Gacy. Let's say that. Let's say it's against Joe Gacy. As soon as CM Punk is about to hit the GTS on Gacy, in comes Seth freaking Rollins, and he costs CM Punk the NXT North American title, and Joe Gacy is champion. That right there would force CM Punk to move up in the ranks a bit, and go and face off against some of the more heavy hitters in WWE, such as Finn Balor, such as Damian Priest, and JD McDonough of the Judgment Day, and he would have to compete in a number 1 contenders match, in which he would win that match, confront the champion. Logically speaking, it would mean that CM Punk would end up having to lose that match to Seth freaking Rollins, but he would have to move up in the ranks again. Just move your way back up to that number 1 contenders match, confront the champion one more time, have a face-to-face, do a contract signing, and then actually win the title. That right there, just those bullet points right there, that's one way that CM Punk could could be booked in WWE. Given what's been going on recently, I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. But there is another way that CM Punk could be booked, and that's just go straight into the main event. In which by that reasoning, he would have to first off interrupt the champion's promo, and cut his own promo with the champion. Week after week, cut a few more promos, and then just go and just compete against some of the megastars in WWE, whether it's against Finn Balor, Damian Priest, whether it's Rey Mysterio, Logan Paul, for all we know, or even LA Knight. Austin Theory is another megastar in WWE, given everything that he has done in the last year or so. That's pretty crazy. And then obviously the champion would cost him a match. CM Punk would cost the champion a match, and that would force either Nick Aldis or perhaps Adam Pearce, depending on which champion he wants, to make him the number one contender, and he would get screwed out of the title. If it's against Seth freaking Rollins, odds are Damian Priest would end up screwing CM Punk out of the title. But if it's Roman Reigns, obviously we know that the Bloodline will just screw CM Punk out of the title, and then obviously he would then have to demand a rematch in a promo, and then get denied by the champion, and he would have to cost the champion another match and another match and another match. Just play some mind games with them, and then obviously he would end up getting that title match, and he would then win the title. That right there is probably one of the most. Those are two of probably the best ways to book CM Punk. There is another, but I don't really think you guys want to see him, wait 6 months, to have a match only to get released after that. I don't think you really want to see that. So honestly though, I think that's probably the best way. As far as like starting from the ground up, there are so many different superstars that he could be facing off against in the mid-card ranks. Obviously the Miz is one. You've got obviously excuse me. Obviously you have guys like Carmelo Hayes, who's now moved into mid-card status. You've got guys like Lexis King as well. You've got quite a few. But if you're gonna book CM Punk straight into the main event, then naturally you would want to start. You would want to start off with a guy like Austin Theory. Then make your way into a guy like LA Knight. Then obviously Kevin Owens. All these guys who have been in the ring with Roman Reigns and lost, ended up being even bigger stars than they were before competing against Roman Reigns. But another thing too is put him in a tag team. Maybe even potentially put him in a tag team with someone the likes of like maybe R-Truth or something, which that would be funny. That would be funny. To be fair, it would be pretty funny to see CM Punk trying to speak dumbass to R-Truth, because Truth, even though the dumbass character is working and it's entertaining, it's pretty stupid, in my personal opinion. That's just how I see it. That's just how I see it. I know some people are probably going to hate me for that, but it would be pretty funny to see CM Punk in a tag team with a guy like R-Truth, or maybe even also someone like Randy Orton for that matter. Although the chemistry, maybe it's possible, but who knows. But I will say this. It doesn't really matter how CM Punk gets booked. It comes down to how committed he's going to be. Because Cody said it best. Because Cody Rhodes, Cody said it best at the Survivor Series press conference. He said, if you're here to help push WWE into the direction it's going, then by all means, welcome back. Otherwise, step aside. It's that simple. And Cody is right. If he's here to take WWE and bring it into the direction that it's still going, by all means, go for it. Kick some ass. If you're here to show the world why you're the best, why you're the best in the world, and just become arrogant, just become an arrogant son of a bitch, then you know what? It just proves that you don't deserve to be back in WWE. And I get that there's a lot of people who are probably gonna hate me for saying that, but even you guys know that it's a fact. It's either you have changed or you haven't. CM Punk said it best on Raw that he's changed. He's a different person compared to how he was 10 years ago. And honestly, I want to believe it, and I know that you guys do as well. But it all depends on him. It depends on how he interprets his idea of I've changed. So in that scenario, there's a lot of things that can go wrong. Obviously, the backstage heat between Punk and Drew McIntyre, and Punk and Seth freaking Rollins, and Rollins and McIntyre. The way I see it, if I were to book that match, I would book it in a way that ties with CM Punk starting from the ground up. That's how I see it. Because while it is true that fans don't want to see Punk and Rollins in the same ring together, there's people who actually want to see it and want to see these two just beat the hell out of each other and get rid of all the beef. Yes, it's true that CM Punk did help Seth freaking Rollins when Seth was in NXT full time, but if you really think about it, Seth only hates CM Punk because of some of the things that he had said on social media and on that one show that WWE did during COVID. What was it? WWE Backstage. Honestly, I wanted to be a co-host on that show when it was still around, but unfortunately that was no longer the case. To be fair though, I could have gone to Fox Sports to the Fox Sports studios here in LA. I could have gone, but there was just some things that were beyond my control. But I will say this. If Punk has changed, then this is going to be one hell of a ride for CM Punk in WWE, because we found out that Supposedly, he has signed a 3-year deal with WWE, and I don't know if he's going to be retiring after this or if he's going to continue for another like couple years or something. I'm not entirely sure. Rumor has it that he is planning to retire within the 3 years, but only time will tell. Only time will tell. But we'll see what happens. We will see what happens over time. Honestly, though, again, it's like I said, it really doesn't matter how CM Punk gets booked in WWE. Either way, whatever direction that they put Punk in, he has to take that and move forward. He can't look back. He can't think about the past. He has to move forward and move straight into winning championships, whether it's the Intercontinental title, whether it's the United States title, the World Heavyweight title. It does not matter. There have been rumors that he could be going to SmackDown to challenge Roman Reigns, and it is possible. But because that Randy Orton is going to be on SmackDown this Friday, rumor also has it that it'll be Randy Orton versus Roman Reigns at the Royal Rumble. Which honestly, I want to see that. Literally the best version of Roman Reigns right now versus the best version of Randy Orton that we had seen in years. Come on, even you guys have to admit that's a hell of a matchup. But we now know that with Cody Rhodes now injecting himself into the men's Royal Rumble match, if he goes back to back and wins it, you know damn well who he's going to be targeting. He's going to be targeting Roman Reigns. And I think history could very well repeat itself. Only time will tell. Only time will tell. But honestly, I will close out this video by saying this. By saying this. I said it before, I'll say it again. Whatever direction they put Punk in, he needs to take that ball and go forward. Keep his foot on the gas pedal and just go forward. If he doesn't, then this return will have been for nothing. But with that being said, guys, that will do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want more WWE topic videos in the future, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and follow me on all of my social media. My ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It'll also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.